Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Westside Wednesday Wellbeing session today. We are doing yoga. As always, as you join, if you've got any comments, if you want to drop any messages, if you've got any questions, let us know. If you want to speak to us afterwards, you can contact Westside Wellbeing. You can do that on Instagram or through the website. And you can contact me at Coaches for Change, so on Instagram, and then also through our website, coachesforchange.co.uk. So, well done for finding this time in your day to practice your yoga. Before we come down to the mat, just take a moment to get rid of any distractions. Anything that's going to buzz or vibrate, so a Fitbit, a phone, any pings that are going to come up on your laptop, maybe closing the door so you can't hear what's going on around the rest of the house. And as best you can, just allowing yourself to be distraction-free for the next 45 minutes. And so once you have put all of those distractions aside, we're going to come down to lie on our mat. If you haven't got a mat, that's absolutely fine. The idea is that you've got a comfortable space where you can lie down. You're not going to slip over. And it's going to be comfortable first and foremost. So once you've found your space, and maybe it's on a mat, we're going to come all the way down to lie down. Probably the first chance that you've had to lie down since waking up. And we're going to do this really consciously. So pay attention to all of the parts of the body that are in contact with the mat right now. Maybe the heels, the calves, the glutes, the upper back, the shoulders, the upper arms, forearms, the backs of the hands, the back of the head. Just feeling everything in contact with the mat. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to feel heavier and heavier. Allowing any spaces between your body and the mat to get smaller and smaller. And then I'd just like you to pay attention to what you've brought onto the mat. So physically, how are you feeling? What's going on in your body today? And then mentally, what's going on in your mind? And as you exhale and the body gets heavier and softer, just see if you can let go of everything that's going on in your mind and everything that's going on in your body. Taking a slightly deeper inhale through the nose and exhaling, letting everything go. Knowing that for the next few moments of your practice, there's nothing else you can do, so you can just let it all go. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. One more time, maybe the deepest, longest inhale of your whole day. And exhaling. Excellent. On your next inhale, we're going to hug the right knee in towards the chest, interlacing the fingers around the top of the right shin as you hug the right knee down towards the right shoulder. You can keep the left leg extended, or if it feels a bit uncomfortable, you've got the option to bend that left leg. And you're hugging, you're squeezing the right knee down towards the shoulder with every exhale. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. Hold the knee exactly where it is, and then just circle the foot in one direction and then the other. Nice. And then just bring the right hand to the right knee, the left hand to the left hip as we circle through the right knee, moving in one direction and then the other. And then bringing the right hand to the inside of the knee, just open out that knee towards the right hand side. Just letting gravity do the work here. Every exhale, the knee is getting a little bit closer towards the floor. You're just gently finding this external rotation into the right hip. And you're breathing 2 more times. Excellent. Bringing that knee all the way back to center, and you can give it another little squeeze in towards the body, and then extend the right leg all the way out to meet the left. And just take a moment here, notice how the body's feeling. Just allowing everything to circulate back to normal. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale left knee in towards the body, interlace the fingers around the top of the left shin, squeeze the knee down towards the shoulder. Push the right leg away from you, or you have the option to bend into that right leg. Every exhale is an opportunity to hug and squeeze the knee closer towards the shoulder. 2 more breaths here. Excellent. And then hold the knee where it is. Just start to circle the left foot in one direction. And then back the other way. Excellent. Lovely. Bring the right hand to the right hip, left hand to the left knee, and just start to circle the knee in one direction. You can do this with the right leg extended or the right leg bent, whatever feels good for you. This is really nice work into those hips, particularly if you spent a lot of time sitting down today. Let's move the knee back the opposite way. And then just bringing the left hand to the inside of the left knee as you just open out that knee like a gate or like the pages of a book. Try and keep the rest of the body relaxed onto the mat. Shoulders relaxed, hips relaxed. Taking a couple more breaths here. And then as you inhale, bring the knee all the way back to center. Another squeeze in towards the body if that feels good. And then extend the left leg all the way away from you. Take a breath here, inhaling and exhaling. On your next inhale, bending into the knees, bring the hands to the back of the knees and just rock gently from left to right. And this might feel like a really nice massage across the lower back. And then we're going to circle the knees in one direction. So we're just warming everything up and then move the knees back in the opposite direction. And then we're going to start to rock forwards and backwards. So take tiny little movements at first and then have a little play around as you get bigger and bigger, rocking up and down the whole length of the spine until eventually we're going to come all the way up to a seated position. So find a comfortable seated position. You might be able to sit cross-legged, or maybe you're sitting with a bend in your knees or extending the legs out in front of you. whatever feels good for you. We're here to be kind to our bodies. Starting to bring a bit more of a union between our breath and our movement. Bring the hands down by your hips. As you inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Gaze goes up towards the lifted fingers. And then exhale, hands come all the way down through the midline, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Let's do this 4 more times. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. 2 more times, just moving with the rhythm of your breath. Trying to keep it nice and slow, shoulders relaxed. Excellent. You're going to take those arms all the way up again, reaching the hands together above the head. And then as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right hand side, right fingertips coming back behind us, left hand to the outside edge of that right thigh. Pushing down through the sit bones, sitting up nice and tall, sucking the belly button in. Gaze goes around past that back shoulder. Breathing here. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. As you inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. And exhaling, taking the right hand to the outside edge of the left thigh this time. Left fingertips back behind you. Finding this twist. Pushing down through the sit bones. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Shoulders are relaxed. Taking 2 more breaths. Excellent. As you inhale, come all the way back. Gaze up towards the lifted hands. And then hands come to rest on the knees. If the legs are still crossed, cross them the other way around. And we're going to take seated cat and cow pose. So as you inhale, rock forwards on the sit bones. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Gaze goes up. And as you exhale, suck the belly button in, tuck the chin round through the back. Inhaling, coming all the way forwards, belly drops. Gaze goes up, shoulder blades together. Exhaling, rolling back through the spine. Shoulder blades come apart. Let's take 3 more rounds. Excellent. 1 more. Getting all this lovely movement back into your spine. A lovely counter posture to anything you're doing in your life where you're forward and hunched around. And then coming back up to a seated position. Excellent. From here, we're going to topple forwards, find our way into a tabletop position. Spreading the fingers nice and wide, pushing down through the base of the fingers and the base of the thumb. Knees are hip distance underneath your hips, tops of the feet push down into the mat. And then we're just going to circle round. So circling with those shoulders now and just starting to wake up into the wrists and the hands. And then circling back the other way. Excellent. Tucking the toes under. Take a nice deep inhale, and as you exhale, let's push back and find a downward facing dog. So this is that classic yoga posture that you'll be familiar with, and you're making a triangular shape with the body. Here's a classic thing that people try and do in this pose. They straighten the legs, and their hamstrings aren't quite loose enough to do that, and so they round through the back, pushing the shoulders forward. So this is not the shape you want to make. You want to soften into the knees, push the bum back and up, lengthen through that spine. Excellent.
Once you've got that position, if you want to bend one knee and then the other, if you want to take the gaze under opposite armpits, then you absolutely can. Listen to your body and then finding stillness in your downward facing dog. Just take a breath. Inhale and exhale. As we inhale, we're looking towards the hands and we're just gently going to walk the feet up towards the back of the hands. Stay nice and low. Get the belly to touch the thighs. Take hold of opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy. And then you can sway from left to right. You can nod the head. You can shake the head. Just letting everything start to sink down. Any tension in the spine, the neck, let it melt down towards the mat. And then releasing the hands, push down through the feet. We're going to start to roll up. Take this steady. Take it slow. Rolling all the way up to standing. Keeping the chin tucked until you come all the way up. Head is the last thing to come up. And we're stepping the feet together. Finding our Tadasana, our mountain posture. So if your feet are together, if you can get them together, that's great. You can maybe pick up all 10 toes, spread them nice and wide. Push down through the balls of the feet, the heels, squeeze the kneecaps and the thighs, tuck the tailbone under. Maybe give yourselves a couple of shoulder rolls here as the fingertips reach down and the crown of the head reaches up. Breathing here. Excellent, lovely stillness and focus. On your next inhale, let's reach the arms up above the head. Interlace the thumbs. I'm just going to show you by bringing the hands down. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to reach up and over towards the right hand side. Squeezing the kneecaps, squeezing the thighs. Breathing here. Try not to let that top shoulder roll forwards. Taking another deep inhale. As you exhale, fold even deeper. And then inhale, come all the way up. Cross the thumbs the other way around. Nice deep inhale, relax the shoulders. As you exhale, reach up and over towards the left-hand side. Excellent. Pushing down through the outside edge of the right foot, squeezing the kneecaps and the thighs, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, come all the way back up. We're coming into a back bend. Bring the hands to the lower back, fingertips point down. Step the feet to hip distance. Have a softness in your knees. Squeeze the elbows together. Push the hips forwards. If you feel comfortable here, maybe take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together and the elbows. If you feel comfortable here, start to open the chest. Taking the gaze back. Imagine you're going up and over a giant beach ball behind you. Taking one more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Nice. Inhale, coming all the way up. Flip the hands to the hips. Have that softness in the knees as you fold forward with a long, flat back. Excellent. Belly comes all the way down to rest on those thighs. Take the first two fingers, wrap them around the big toes. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Exhale, pull on the toes. Elbows come out to the sides of the room. Head comes down towards the mat. Release those sit bones up towards the sky. Make sure your belly is touching your thighs to help protect your lower back. And we're going to take 2 more breaths here. Excellent. Release the bind from the toes. Bring those hands back to the hips. Softness in those knees. Long, flat spine as you push down through the feet. Coming all the way back up. Excellent. Step to the top of the mat and bring the feet together in your Tadasana. So we're going to come into some balancing work here. Takes a lot of focus and dedication. So don't worry if you wobble out of your balances. We're here to practice, not to be perfect. So we're going to start by Stepping the right foot to the inside of the ankle and the floor, or the inner shin, or the inner thigh. So you're coming into your tree pose. Tucking the tailbone under, bringing the hands to prayer at the heart center. I'll just show you what that looks like from the front position. So the foot's alongside the ankle and the floor, the inner shin, or the inner thigh. Make sure you're not pushing against the side of the knee. Find your stillness, find your focus by focusing on one point that isn't moving. Shoulders are relaxed, neck is long. Excellent. Hold it here. Just going to turn, so I'm in the same position as you. From here, we're going to release the hands up, shoulder distance. And then bring the thigh parallel to the floor. And if you want to, extend that right leg out in front of you. Lift it nice and high. And then bend into the right knee. We're going to find a warrior 3 pose. So this might sound a little bit weird. We're going to make a giant capital letter T shape with the body. Right hip is in line with the left hip. Head reaching forward. Right heel reaching backwards. You can do it. Give it a go. Be curious. Have fun. Excellent. From here, soften into your standing leg and drop the back leg back to come into a lunge position. So the back leg is long and straight, and we're reaching the fingertips up. If this feels a bit too much, drop the back knee down and untuck the back toes. Just make sure your knee at the front is in line with the ankle. Keep sinking the hips down. Either the back knee is dropped or lifted. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Hands to prayer, prayer to heart center. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist to the left. And then fold forward. Hook the elbow to the outside of that left thigh. So you're twisting and opening your chest to the left side of the mat, sucking the belly button away from the thigh. And you've always got that option to untuck the back toe, dropping the back knee down. Take the option that's right for you. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. If the back knee is dropped, just lifting it up. Unhook the elbow, hands come to the hips. Rotate the back heel down to the mat as we straighten up through the left leg. Now, you want to imagine if you drew a line from the front foot to the back of the mat, it would cross your back foot in half. So wiggle your feet to adjust. Turn your hips and your shoulders parallel to the long edge of your mat. And then bring the arms up parallel to the floor. Gaze over your left fingertips. Squeeze the kneecaps and the thighs. As you inhale, reach. Reach, 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 reach as far as you possibly can. And then let the left hand come down to rest. Shin, thigh, floor, foot. Wherever it comes to naturally. Gaze is up towards those lifted fingertips. If the neck feels good. Keep squeezing the kneecaps. Keep squeezing the thighs. Keep breathing. Excellent. As you inhale, strong core, come all the way up to standing. Keep the arms where they are. Gazes over your left fingertips. This time as you exhale, bend into that left knee. Find your warrior 2 position. Wiggle the foot further forward so that it's underneath that knee if you need to. And then every exhale, we're just sinking the hips a little bit lower, squeezing that back knee, that back thigh. Keeping the shoulders in line with the hips, not reaching forwards. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Lovely. As you inhale, straighten up through that left leg. Hands to the hips. Turn both toes to point towards the long edge of your mat. We're coming into a wide leg forward fold. So as you inhale, gaze goes up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Hands coming all the way down towards the mat. If your hamstrings feel tight, just wiggle the feet further apart. You can always keep your hands on your hips. Squeezing the kneecaps. Squeezing the thighs. Breathing here. If your hands are comfortably on the mat, you have the option to just walk those hands back in line with your feet. And then as you inhale, we're going to walk the hands back out. Bring the hands back up to the hips, push down through the feet, nice long spine, coming all the way up. Turn the left toes out. Maybe bump the back foot up a little bit if you have to go wider for that wide leg forward fold. Excellent. Inhale, arms up parallel to the floor. Gaze over your left fingertips. As you exhale, bend back into that left knee. So we're in warrior two again. This time, left forearm to left thigh. Reach the right fingertips all the way up and over. Keep the right shoulder away from your ear. Breathing here. Extended side angle pose. Keep a lovely bend in that front knee. Keep squeezing the back knee. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Unravel, unwind back up to your warrior two. And then come onto the ball of the back foot as you bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Step the left foot back. You're in a downward facing dog. And you are breathing here. If you want to walk out through the legs, go for it. And then just finding your stillness. As you inhale, look to the hands. We're going to walk the feet up. This time, bring them wide to the width of the mat. Turn the toes out. As we sink the hips low, we're coming into a yoga squat position. So you want to have your elbows to the insides of your thighs. Maybe the hands come together in a prayer. Make sure you're pushing the heels down towards the mat. Spine is long. Crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Try not to roll onto the inside of the foot. And then breathe here. Excellent. Releasing the hands down, lifting the hips up nice and high. Heel toe the feet back to hip distance. And then find your second ragdoll. So you're holding onto the elbows, letting the head hang. Swaying if you need to. And then releasing the hands, pushing down through the feet, start to roll up. One vertebrae at a time. Keeping the chin tucked. Coming all the way up to standing. Excellent. Step those feet together again. Finding your Tadasana, this mountain posture. As if you were growing roots out of your feet into the mat. As the upper half of the body opens up, releases, relaxes. So you know what's coming up on the other side now. We're going to start with the left foot against the side of the ankle, the floor, the inner shin, or the inner thigh. And I'm just going to turn to face the front so you can see. Make sure that foot is above or below the ankle. And try and focus on one thing that isn't moving to help you with your balance. Think about tucking the tailbone under and opening into that left hip. Excellent. Nice stillness, nice effort. As you inhale, reach the hands all the way up. I'm just going to turn to face the same way as you all. We're going to bring the left knee in towards the center line of the body. Left thigh parallel to the floor. You can stay here or you can extend your left leg out in front of you, lifting that left leg as high as you possibly can. Try not to lean back and then bend into that left knee. Let's find this balance. Warrior three. Head reaches forward. Heel of the left foot reaching back behind you. You're pushing down through the right foot, squeezing the right kneecap, left hip lowers in line with the right hip. Breathing here. Excellent efforts. Bending into the standing leg, step the left foot back, come into your long lunge. So you can stay here, or if it feels a bit energetic, drop the back knee down, untuck the back toes. Keep those hips sinking low, shoulders are relaxed. Gaze is up towards those lifted fingertips. If the back knee is lifted, make sure that back leg is straight. Excellent. Hands to prayer, prayer to heart center. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, twist to the right, and then fold forwards, hooking the elbow to the outside of that right thigh. Excellent. Keep sucking the belly button away from the thigh. You could stay here, or you could drop the back knee down and untuck the back toes. Your choice, your practice, your body. Keep breathing. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Lovely. Tucking the back toes under if the knee was dropped, and then unhook the elbow, hands to the hips. And then we're going to bring the back heel down to the mat as we straighten up through that right leg. Inhaling the arms up parallel to the floor. So we're preparing for our triangle pose. So you know, if you were to draw a line from the front foot to the back, you would cut the back foot in half. We're squeezing the kneecaps and the thighs. Gaze over your right fingertips. Inhale, reach. Reach, 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 reach. And then let the right hand come down to rest wherever it comes to naturally. Maybe the shin, the thigh, the floor, the foot. Don't let that top shoulder roll forwards. Keep open through the chest. Maybe gaze up towards the lifted fingertips. You've got this. Just one more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. As you inhale, come all the way back up. Gazes over your right fingertips. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bending into the right knee. Lovely. Warrior two. If the knee starts to go past that front ankle, wiggle the foot further forward. Squeeze the back kneecap, the back thigh. Every exhale, maybe sink the hips a little bit lower. Shoulders in line with your hips. One more deep inhale. One more deep exhale. Lovely. As you inhale, straighten up through that right leg. Turn both toes to point towards the long side of the mat, coming into a wide leg forward fold. This time though, bring the hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Interlace the fingers to make one fist. And then squeeze the kneecaps and the thighs. As you inhale, gaze goes up. As you exhale, start to fold forwards again, just like we did before, but keep the hands in that fist. Once you've got that forward fold position, you can start to let the fist go up and over the head, getting heavier and heavier, squeezing those shoulder blades together, squeezing the kneecaps and the thighs, head hanging heavy, taking 2 more breaths. Opening into those shoulders. Excellent. Releasing the fist. Very gently let those hands come down towards the mat. Just let those shoulders settle. Maybe give yourselves a little shoulder roll. And then hands to the hips. Push down through the feet. Keep the spine long as you come all the way up. Turn the right toes out. Left toes in. Inhale up. Arms parallel to the floor. Gaze over the right fingertips. As you exhale, bend into that right knee. Right knee stacked above the right ankle. This time, right forearm to right thigh. Let the left fingertips reach up and over towards that right hand side. Lovely long stretch down the whole of the left side of the body. Sinking those hips down towards the mat. Taking 2 more breaths. Stay strong. Excellent. As you inhale, unravel, unwind, find your warrior two. Then come onto the ball of the back foot. As the hands come down to frame that right foot, step the foot back into your downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Excellent. We're going to take the knees wide to the width of the mat. Big toes come in to touch. Bum pushes all the way back towards the heel. This is your child's pose. Arms reaching away from you. Just letting everything sink all the way down towards the mat. Notice how the body is starting to feel compared to how it was feeling right at the start of your practice. Excellent. As you inhale, we're slowly going to start to walk the hands back in towards the body. And then slide the legs out from underneath you. Bring the sit bones down to the mat. And extend the legs out in front of you. Have a bend in the knees as we start to roll all the way back down. Just feel that body settle against the mat. And then we're going to cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. So you're opening that right knee out to the side. You could stay here, or you could just gently push the thigh away from you. Or if you want to go deeper, you could take the hands underneath the belly of the left thigh as you hug the knee in towards the body. You could stay here, or you could gently push the right elbow into the right thigh to get even more of a stretch. Trying to keep those shoulders relaxed to the mat, the spine relaxed, hips relaxed. Taking 2 more breaths. Excellent. Releasing that left foot back to the mat. Take the right hand, grab hold of the right foot as you start to squeeze the right knee all the way down towards the floor on the outside of the right shoulder. And you can keep the left leg bent, or you could extend the left leg all the way away from you. This is half happy baby. And we're going to take 3 more breaths here. Excellent. Really nice. Releasing that right foot, bringing the right foot to the floor, left foot comes to meet it. Take a moment here. And then we're bringing the left ankle on top of the right thigh. So now you're opening that left hip, pushing the left thigh gently away from you. If this isn't enough of a stretch for you, you can bring your hands down underneath the right thigh, hug the knee in towards the chest. Breathing here. Maybe pushing the left elbow into the left thigh. There's so much that we do in our daily life where the hips are just moving forwards and backwards. So one of our opportunities in yoga is to really extend into the full range of motion of our hips. Maximize the ball and socket joint. Find the external rotation. Taking 1 more deep inhale. 1 more deep exhale. Releasing the right foot to the mat. Grab the left foot with the left hand. And then start to release the left knee down towards the mat. Sole of the left foot parallel to the ceiling. Option to extend the right leg away from you if you want to. And taking 2 more breaths on this side. Excellent. Releasing the foot. Extending the left leg all the way away from you. We're going to bend into both knees, soles of the feet to the floor, and then see if you can get the soles of the feet to touch each other as you let the knees open out wide to the sides of the mat. If that feels uncomfortable on your lower back, you could gently move the feet away from the body, or you could just extend the legs again, whatever feels best for you. We're just taking this opportunity to get a further external rotation in the hips. And you have the option here, once you're comfortable, to reach the arms all the way up above the head, taking hold of opposite elbows, maybe opposite wrists, fingertips. So just as much as we let the whole of the body sink into the mat right at the beginning of the practice, feeling heavy and soft, in this version of our lying down posture, we're allowing the whole of the front side of the body to feel light and free and buoyant. The hips are open, the chest is open, the shoulders, the armpits, the throat, everything open. Maybe the complete opposite posture that we find ourselves in whenever we're sitting down, we're hunched forwards over a laptop, a phone screen, a TV, a steering wheel. We are open, we're vulnerable, we're breathing. And we're remembering that in this moment, everything is okay. Taking one more deep inhale. And one more deep exhale. Gently releasing the arms down beside the body. And then when you're ready, maybe use the hands to help bring your thighs all the way back up to center. And then extending the legs away from you. And then just bending into the knees one final time, soles of the feet to the floor. We're just going to exhale, let the knees drop over to the left as the gaze goes over to the right. Option to bring the bottom foot to come and rest on top of the right thigh. Just the foot, just to help gravity along, releasing those knees towards the mat. And then sliding the top foot off the right thigh, bringing the knees back to center. And then exhaling, knees to the right, gaze to the left. Option to bring the bottom foot to come to rest on top of the left thigh. Taking a couple more breaths. And then releasing that right foot. Inhaling, bringing the knees all the way back to center as we extend the legs away from us for our final posture of the practice. You can let the toes drop out towards the sides of the mat. Arms can go wide of the body, palms surrender up to the ceiling. Maybe lift the head, tuck the chin, replace the back of the head to the mat. You have worked so hard over the last 45 minutes, getting all of that energy out of your system so you can find complete stillness here for our final few moments of meditation and relaxation. You can stay on your mats as long as you wish. But if you would like to finish now with me at the end of this 45 minutes, start to think about taking a slightly deeper inhale through the nose and a slightly longer exhale. As you inhale, literally inspire life back into your bodies, as you wiggle your fingers and your toes, rotating through the wrists and the ankles. And then as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up above the head, finding a full body stretch. And then reaching the arms all the way back down beside you. Just roll over onto one side of the body. Just find a gentle recovery position. And then using your hands, we're gently going to push ourselves up to come into a seated position. Closing out the eyes again here when you find your comfortable seated position. Final few moments of inward reflection. Notice everything that's changed about your body and your mind over the last 45 minutes. And as you exhale, just let it all go. Knowing that wherever you are in this precise moment is exactly where you're meant to be. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me, for finding this time in your day to dedicate to yourself, to your body, to your breath. Have an awesome rest of your day. Namaste. So just a little reminder that next week we are back onto Tabata. So same time, 1 o'clock on Wednesday, 45 minutes. Slightly more heart racing activity, but it's equally likely to make you feel fantastic afterwards. Take care, everyone. Bye.